started. Let's watch this trailer for a new movie coming out starring Rachel Zegler called Y2K.
I am actually quite excited for this. It's an interesting concept.
Let's check this out here.
Y2K.
Oh my gosh, it's A24.
Just talk to her, dude.
What's up, Laura?
We're actually going to this New Year's thing. It's going to be a total shit show.
Oh.
See ya.
Is she about to do Edward 40 hands? Because I would like to see Rachel Zegler do Edward 40 hands.
Wait, can you please explain what that means?
You duct tape 240s to your hands and you can't take them off until they're gone.
I knew you had explained that before, but I forgot.
I've lived a life.
I've never seen that.
Let's continue.
Okay.
1999, and we getting drunk.
In a few hours, you have an excuse to kiss the girl of your dreams.
Why is there just a random British guy?
This way.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's so smooth.
How can you compete? The guy's wearing a tracksuit.
Right?
Y2K is real.
Someone's on the net.
Dumbass. I use gel.
You've got mail.
Oh, shit. A Tamagotchi just drilled through a chick's head. Come on, we gotta go.
We are experiencing major problems as a result of the Y2K breakdown.
Bye-bye, human race.
We're talking global computer apocalypse.
Sorry, guys. I guess you're fucked.
They made a video and everything. That's crazy. You don't know how this shit works.
Grab a bike, grab a board, grab whatever you can.
This has been the shittiest night of my life. Fuck this! But it's cool that we got to hang out for once.
Oh, let go! I get knocked out, but I get up again.
I like the Fred Durst red hat. That's backwards, but it's definitely a Fred Durst red hat.
Yeah. So does this bring back nostalgia for you?
Well, one of the problems with nostalgia is it dumps everything on you all at once and acts as if that's what the world was like.
Right.
You know, like when people show you the cups with
We got
this.
we got a 20 from Benjamin Mauser. He said Maximum Overdrive 2.0 without Emilio Estevez.
Yeah.
We
wow,
got another
big one.
$100 super chat from, how on earth do I pronounce that? Do you see it? Skoborsh Coiling Cough. I hope I said that right. Happy belated birthday to my favorite background noise. Now try to keep it down. I'll quiet down for you.
There you
no
go.
problem. Thank you for the crisis party.
You know when people, thank you very much for that. You know when people show you these cups? That's what
Yes.
they want you to
Yes.
believe that that's what everything in a certain time period looked like.
That's,
And
what every cup looked
yeah,
like
it's
prior
not.
to 2005.
It's not, okay?
Yeah.
This movie didn't lean into that too heavy. Like,
No.
it does it by, like, showing you all of the various pieces of tech, but they weren't all dressed as if it was somebody's memory of what the 90s looked like rather than what it actually was.
It wasn't like, you know, the clueless vomit
Yes,
of
correct.
a wardrobe.
Yeah.
But they still did Rachel Zegler's hair in a way that was, like, appropriate for the time.
What did she say at the beginning there? Hold on, I gotta...
Y2K.
Wait, what do you mean?
Hold on, I want to see what she said here.
Get the midnight kiss.
Just talk to her, dude.
What's up, Laura?
We're actually going to this New Year's thing. It's going to be a total shit show.
I mean, shit show is a pretty common term back. I'm trying to think of like language that would have been unique to the time period, right?
I wouldn't know. You're the expert here.
like,
Tell us if it's historically accurate.
It's different because skating had its own subculture and lingo that was different from whatever the mainstream lingo was at the time. But look, this is a good, like, stores like this are a good chance to do those types of things because you can drop in like old packaging. That's a great way to bring out like the time period. I mean, just putting juicy fruit in, or not juicy fruit. What's the fruit stripe gum?
What?
You guys know what I'm talking about. The flavor lasted for like 5 seconds.
Is it like the layers?
It's no, it was like somebody in the chat knows. It had like the zebra. Yeah, thank you. It was like the zebra gum or whatever, and it lasted. The flavor was like non-existent. It was gone instantly, right? You put products like that, or even now you could put like what is it that was they got rid of a couple years ago? Choco Taco, which no longer exists anymore.
Sadly,
yeah,
a lot of things have been lost to the sands of time.
Fruit stripe. Thank you.
I'm learning a lot right now.
Thank you, fruit stripe.
We're thinking of replacing the Crisis Party soon.
I like following the channels that do like forgotten foods, like Doritos 3Ds.
Or like
why you needed 3D chips, I have no idea, but they were amazing.
Entire channels dedicated to archival footage and like lost media.
I love
things
it.
Like that.
It always plays that really unsettling song in the background. The really unsettling like trance techno song in the background. It's like do 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 do. Yeah, I love it, and the concept is great. Look, this was an actual thing where people were worried about what was going to happen when your computer's clock suddenly reset. And didn't
was it really about that?
From what I remember, it was about, your computer won't know what year it is because it doesn't go up to the year 2000 or something, right? Like that's my general remembrance of it in a lot of general panic. But I'll tell you what, that panic would have been way worse now given the internet. Like prior to mainstream internet use.
Like if people were allowed to communicate about it beforehand. But
like they thought it was going to ruin like the banking system.
It happened.
Like your bank account would disappear.
I mean, there was a movie about like the 2012 apocalypse theory, right? Based on the Mayan calendar.
Yes.
They made a movie about that, didn't they? Am I wrong?
There was a movie called 2012. I don't know if it had to do with the Mayan calendar.
I could be wrong. But it definitely wasn't as strong as
they thought planes were gonna. They thought planes were gonna fall out of the sky, which we saw 2 planes run into each other into that in that trailer.
We got another 20 from Crispy Leg Transport. They need a Circuit City in that movie.
Yes, they do.
Installed my 10 CD changer and 12-inch speakers during that era.
Look, there's a
What's Circuit City.
Circuit City was an electronics store. Here's a funny story.
Was it like Radio Shack?
I think like they need a Radio Shack in there too.
Yeah.
My brother, that was like, I got my first cell phone from a Radio Shack because my brother worked at a Radio Shack through Sprint back then. Even Sprint, is Sprint even still around anymore? Is that Sprint got bought by another company?
Oh, did it get acquired by T-Mobile?
Like something like that, right? Like think of all of the consolidation that's gone on since then. But where I lived in Minnesota, not where I grew up, but like where I lived after that, there was definitely a Circuit City that it had to be the last one in existence, and it just hung on. I might have to go back and check and see if that thing is still there. It's probably something else now. It's probably a Planet Fitness now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we've kind of destroyed like even they went right for the jugular with the AOL right at the beginning.
I think obviously millennials are going to want to go see this because it's got the nostalgia factor. I think Gen Z is really going to want to see this because they are nostalgic for a time in which they never lived. Yeah. And they want to see young people like still being able to socialize and not be autistic in a movie.
Well, yeah, see, back then you just went to house parties and you drank alcohol and you had
Not like
fun.
That never happens now, but I'm just saying Gen Z is far less sociable than millennials were at the same age. So it's got a novelty to it for Gen Z to watch this.
Now, like, even if we live in an age now where, like, your parents don't want to, like, your parents say, no, you cannot drink alcohol. You can't just go to house parties because people are going to be filming shit on their phones.
True.
And your parents will end up finding it. Like,
I mean, that what happened with Snapchat like 10 years ago.
The reason why so much of society, I think, is so on edge is because you have to be worried about you can't just act silly.
Or if someone has like a Ring camera system in their house, you don't even know when you're being watched.
Not to mention all of the things that, like, it's not about what you got caught doing. It's about all the stuff you got away with doing when you were young back then. Now the chances of all that stuff being, you know.
And the helicopter parenting.
Yeah.
It might have been more pronounced when I was in high school because I went to a private religious school.
Yeah.
So there were more helicopter parents than maybe normal.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anyone who was allowed to party. I didn't know anyone who was allowed to.
Well, it's not about being allowed to
do anything, really. And they seem to, because they were good kids, they seem to really care about abiding by those rules.
It's funny because I would like to think that I was a pretty good kid. I didn't get into trouble with the law. Technically, everything I did was illegal because skating was technically illegal if you're going out and doing it on public property, which is the funny part, right? But like, I didn't start. I didn't drink until senior year in high school. I think I waited till senior year in high school to go to parties and stuff like that. And even then, not excessively. And for the most part, focused all my time and energy on skating. So I wasn't really held to any like rigorous standards because I never gave my parents a reason to worry about what I was doing.
Yeah.
Right. But I still have photos from back then that, you know, indicate bad behavior, but it was a coming of, you know, that was part of your, it's a coming of age ritual in a lot of ways. It was part of growing up at that time in that culture, especially in the suburbs.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. That was not my personal experience.
I would totally believe that this movie all came about on the idea that somebody's like, and then a Tamagotchi gets on a car and then kills someone.
Yeah, that's fun. So even though I have a bit of a grudge against A24 as a subculture, it's almost become a subculture, like a group of, like a community. Like as much as I have a grudge against A24, this does seem like a fun movie.
Like even the cordless phone, right? Like I didn't see the last Scream movie. Did they use cordless phones in the last Scream movie? Because that was like one of the iconic parts of that franchise was that you answer a phone at home. You answer the cordless phone. I think that I saw somebody mention that they still did it. I still remember when they did it in the Scream television series and she answers a cordless phone. I'm like, what kid is answering a cordless phone in 2015?
Yeah, like who still has a landline in 2015?
Well, I mean, your parents did. Your parents still had a landline.
Not mine.
In 2015?
No.
Okay.
No, they got rid of it like years before that. So it's a little bit out of date.
So, look, I think they did a good job of not overdoing the 90s vomit. Like right there, the Tommy Hilfiger is perfect embodiment of that time period. It is.
And then she's wearing like low-rise jeans there. Yeah,
it's good. I like it. The guy should have Old Navy jeans on though. He should be wearing Old Navy.
We have a 20 from Gordon Shumway. The big fear was that a lot of computers that controlled critical things like the power grids and nuclear missiles were going to go haywire. I had to pull an all-nighter working in a hospital. It was a big nothing burger.
I mean, that must have been nice, right? Like, you get through it, you're like, nothing explodes, none of the heart monitors go out, none
what
of the
if
machines...
only the unimportant stuff
like, okay,
goes haywire?
Gordon, I guess they wouldn't be doing surgery at midnight, would they? Like, but they'd be doing emergency surgery. Like, did they, like, halt emergency surgeries to make sure that all the equipment was still working? I need to know.
People relied on computers even less back then than we realize.
Somebody says no hacky sack or Jinkos. Yes, somebody should have been playing with a hacky sack or a Dunkin' yo-yo, a butterfly or a butterfly yo-yo.
We're trying to avoid the 90s vomit.
Yes.
So it's funny because like even the 90s movies themselves were more 90s vomit than this. Have you noticed that?
What do you mean?
I was just thinking about Clueless yesterday because of Alicia Silverstone risking her life.
Well, I mean, because it was indicative of the time, right? They leaned in. It was a time people actually enjoyed, so you could lean into it. Imagine a time, Mary, where people actually wanted to be in the time period they were, rather than yearning for another time.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I mean, Y2K as an aesthetic had this fixation on the future, though. And that's why everything was frosty blue and chrome and white, and all of the Backstreet Boys music videos looked like that. Everyone loved like the see-through furniture and see-through tech and all of that stuff. People were really into the idea of the future because there was this optimism about the future that no longer exists. I guess maybe that's why minimalism is the thing now.
I love this one. It says like no one rap videos in the 90s and they all look like cheese graters. Like if you go rewatch the music video for Mo Money, Mo Problems, it's literally this.
It's like me inside a cheese grater.
Yeah.
Help, I'm in a cheese grater.
Look, it was
Someone get me out of this cheese grater.
It was a fantastic time to be alive.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.